Seniac has traffic. Panic! He's going to fix it. Calm. He doesn't solve it. Panic! No one. Not a single soul. Boats clipping through each other. Fishtown is suffering from carpal tunnel syndrome. Seniac, why are cars disappearing? Me. It's the Bermuda Triangle. Seniac, welcome to Fishtown. Me. You mean Tunnel Town? And on that note, guys, we're back with another episode of Fishtown here in City Skylines. Last episode, we played around with a whole load of new tunnels. They broke. I don't know if they're going to work today. I don't know what's going to go down. We might have some issues. We'll see what happens. But I want to build some more tunnels. Now, I've been reading all the comments in the last video, and apart from being called a goddamn fool the majority of the time, I've been taking you guys' comments into consideration to a lot of stuff we can do. I've taken a lot of you guys, you give me a lot of inspiration of how we can fix things and do certain stuff and whatnot. But before we go down that road of fixing, I kind of want to do something first, and that is why we're back with another episode. So as always, guys, if you do enjoy Fishtown and want to see more of it, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. And if you are new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when those next episodes do come out. Now, just to show you what's crack-lacking and what's going down right now, if I go to traffic flow, there we go. We have the brand new tunnel set up here, which does a nice little triangle. The Bermuda Triangle. As Karina Elder said in the intro. We have an average traffic flow of 70. Now, what I'm going to do today, we're going to base the success of it off if it does increase our average traffic flow. Not from just purely, oh my god, look at this monstrosity right now. Not just purely solving this, because I want to leave this for another headache if what I do today doesn't quite fix it. But yeah, we have plenty of issues here, there and everywhere. Now, what the problem is, basically, to kind of break it down for you, like really simply, the traffic's happening underground there. It's because they want to get to these points, this point here, this point, and here, fairly quickly. The only way we kind of originally had was to drive all the way around down here. Then we incorporate a tunnel, which is an entry point just here, and then down here, so the industrial traffic can get to and from. Now, we've recently added a tunnel entrance just there, here, and here as well. So now, people living in the centre of Carpenton and Car Park right now, who want to get over to these islands, before they would have gone all the way around or taken public transport, now they can drive by hitting the tunnel and popping up, which is causing a lot of traffic issues. That is literally the basis of it all. So we need to stop a dude who wants to get here to over here. We need to stop him literally driving all the way down to here, taking the tunnel and adding to the traffic underground. And how do we stop him? Well, one, we delete his house. Just joking, we ain't going to delete his house. I want to add in more tunnels. Now, more tunnels, more problems, you could say. But this is how we're going to set it up. So, what we can do is we can incorporate off this connection here and bring it up to add in a tunnel this way. So we're going to have like underground highways. There's no point me building above ground highways because it's going to destroy and ruin our natural beauty of Fishtown. So I can have one come off here, which filters up to there. I can have another one come off there as well, but it goes straight down to the middle. And then we've got two quick routes to get across, thus eliminating some of the abilities for some people to drive down here and take this underground tunnel. It's not going to solve all the issues, but it's a start. The same thing happens over here. We're going to set something up that kind of creates an underground tunnel to over this side, which would be wonderful. And I'm not too sure how much traffic we kind of need for this, but we'll kind of then see what all the routes are saying and what they're getting up to. But let's just say right now our average traffic flow is 70%. That is what we're going to rock and roll with. If I can improve it, if I can get up to 80, then these new tunnels are deemed a success. So it might be that I never have to even play around with this. We can just kind of silently ignore it because it's underground. But yeah, we gotta do something or other, boys. We gotta do something or other to kind of get it, you know, eased up a bit. So we're going to start then with 2 tunnels that go from Sardine Village that go directly over to Humpback Island. One of them, like I said, is going to connect up to this tunnel right now. So it'll be a really good way to kind of bring it down straight, connect it up. Now, I don't know whether they'll use that to go down here as a quicker route to get to this side. I don't know if that is going to be a thing. So maybe I don't hook it up. Maybe I just kind of have it separate. But then again, I have the 2 tunnels going in the same route. It would make no sense. Unless I hook it up a little bit closer to this end, so it feels like a longer journey to go down there when they can just drive down. That's probably going to be the better option. So first things first, then we need to allocate and choose which is going to be our victims for the roads. Oh, it's raining. Hello. Hold on. Turn off dynamic weather. It should never rain in Fishtown. Which are the ones that got the trams on? That road's got the trams on. And where are the trams? Okay, it's just that top road altogether. So I'm thinking then we utilize this road here and this road here. Or this road. Should we utilize this road and maybe that road? That kind of really does separate between the 2. And how it would work is, if I kind of use this for a little tester right now, we build from there, and there's no anti-key thrown on just yet. And we go down to, okay, the lowest I can go before it says too steep. There, that creates our tunnel split between the buildings, right? Which ain't too bad. I'll add a path in to connect this all up as well. So if you had one there, and then we have one, should we do it here? That's quite widely separated to kind of utilize both of those tunnels. That would be interesting. I don't know how much traffic we're gonna get from this, but seeing as this is quite a quiet area, quite a quiet side, we can probably utilize a bit more. So how far can I go down? I can go down to -15 here. Interestingly, is that even a word? But we then have 2 tunnels then set up. I think it's actually, I don't know why we can do that. It's weird, isn't it? I just realized I need to make sure it's a highway style road. So we go for the, there we go, that version and that version, so they can drive a little bit quicker. And there we go. So then we have to do the same thing over here. Now, to be honest with you, what I could actually do is to make them not use that tunnel. Is that because there's one there? I can have it, this one go across and connect to here. And maybe this one cuts across and connects to this point. So there are different points of the island, which would make sense that you would use one over the other, depending on which one you wanted to, you know, which area you're trying to get to. But then how would I... Oh, I can... Do I use this section, this road? Again, it is quiet on these streets, so... I'll delete this, right? Get the road from there, bring it up, bring it down to -15. So take it to there. There we go. How does that look? Fabulous. So we'll just destroy some of the buildings around it, but that's okay. And where do I then take it from this point? So should we actually get this road hooked up first? So it's going to come from over here. So let me... Yeah, it's the right section. Is it making... No, you don't really see it. So keep it going in a straight line. Keep this coming up in a straight line as well. And then eventually the 2 roads shall meet. Like that. And there we go. A solid underground tunnel, which kind of alleviates some of the pressure of people trying to get from over here. So we should have then less people using that tunnel. Take a while before it works. And we might see initially a big rush in traffic on this, because obviously it's deemed in a shorter route because we currently have traffic. But there is already vehicles now using it. So that is going great already. So then we do the same over here. So straight across. And I think I'll bring this one in too. So if that one comes into there, I reckon we've got to have this one here, right next to the park and the fish market. So that path is not going to like what I've just done, but it's going to have to live with it. And I think we have like some kind of building there. I forgot what it was. But if I go down to -15 as well, for just a hot minute. What is it? It's an elementary school. Okay, we're going to have to move that. Okay, we'll put it just here behind the fish market. There we go. And it's a dirt gravel path that we've kind of got. So I bring that straight down to there. No, let me delete that path. There we go. There's a, what you call it, just there anyway. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. That's fine. That's fine. We'll maybe move that to the side there to kind of run with it. But that should be pretty good. Right, okay. So there's vehicles now going down. And we'll just see what happens. We'll just, honestly, just see what happens. So, underground again. We are going to bring this all the way across. So, this is by -20. So, if I can get down to 15 at that point there, I'm hoping that we don't see the tunnel digging itself up. So if I go to there, and then go to there. Okay, so we're pretty much getting close now. There we go, they're connected. So 2 pretty solid tunnels heading straight across. Which will enable traffic to get from one side to the other fairly easy without having to kind of intercept this monstrosity of a junction. For the first time, we're now up to 72% flow in traffic. Not saying that's down to this, but, you know, it's going to take a while to clear that backlog anyway. But we could be working in the right direction. So we have 2 favourable routes now set up where vehicles are using on that side. And it will take a moment or two before we start seeing vehicles use it on this side. We have a building being built directly in the middle. What's going on? You can't build there. You can't build there. Right, that's pretty good. I'm actually, you know, impressed with those tunnels. And we're seeing the flow happening right now where vehicles are passing through up to 73%. So, again, like I said, it will take a while for this traffic to die down. But now we have these alternative routes. It should work. So, we got one there. Then I want to think about getting some going over here. Now, if you think about it, right... If you think about it right now, they came up on this road here. So if I went underground on this road, we're then creating like a ring road of a tunnel going up and then straight under, which could hook up to over here. But my problem is, I'm not too sure where I make a tunnel appear from. That's the difficult one. Like I could use one of these strips, which won't be too shabby, but I'm just hoping... Right, I'm hoping that then doesn't become such a quick and easy route that they all start taking it. But then again, it's one of those things, you never know until you do it. So if I go to there, and if I can go straight there, -15, there we go. And if I bring this out as far as where's that bit anyway? Okay, so we're going to have to kind of do a little bit of a bend. But if I wiggle it out wide and come in to make it a longer tunnel, it then might be considered too long to go down here when you can just simply hit that tunnel and go shooting straight up. But that's because I'm trying to avoid this tunnel being used as then a new route to cut through. So I still want that route to cut through as a quick bypass. This is just a quick way to get from here to over to Humpback Island rather than going all the way through. Going through that junction again, if that makes sense. But then keeping with this road, because it might enable Sardine Village to get to Port Claw fairly quickly, then passing through all that mess. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So it requires me getting rid of this. And then going as far as I can. Going underground. -15. And then... Right. If I bring that straight to there, and then this is where we're going to have to do our glorious bend. There we go. So the slope, oh, the slope is too steep. Ooh, I didn't realize. All right, let's pull that back a bit. There we go. So, yeah, because it kind of bends like that and winds round, it's a little bit of a longer way to get over there. But there we go. We now have like a solid road. So this road here, passing through, might become a little bit busy. It's not too busy at the moment. The junctions are quite quiet. We have the people walking over the top of it anyway on the crossing for the subway and the tram lines. So it keeps, or it should hopefully keep the traffic flowing. But you never know. And now we got this building over here, building over it. Get out of here, boy. Who do you think you are? So traffic flow as of now is 74%. We've increased it by 4%. We still got that huge backlog, but with these new routes, it's going to be fairly interesting. Vehicles are already using it, so there is some kind of a benefit. We just don't see anybody going in the opposite direction yet. So I don't think there's any benefit for them, but I don't mind that. Are these about to go down? No. It's more the fact that the vehicles, the industry can get their goods to the commercial area a whole lot easier. So it should be fairly sweet. Any more peeps using it? There's a few more peeps using it. Nice. So that's not bad. That is not too shabby at the minute. I'm liking that. So there's no point me going like bam down to there to connect that up, like a road here, because it's quite easy for them to drive over the bridge or drive over this bridge to get to where they need to get to. That's like counterintuitive. Now we're up to 76%. So I think it's now a case of literally just simulating the game for a little while. Maybe put it into fast forward mode. And I'm not saying this is going to solve all of our issues, but it takes some pressure off this ridiculous junction right now. It really does. It really does. Now, my other option that I've got is, because these are like 90-degree turns on the roundabout, is creating slip roads to get on and off the roundabout, which, again, enables and increases the traffic flow a whole lot easier. But I just want to initially see what happens with these new tunnels, because if they then start causing their own traffic, and then we've got more traffic on top of traffic right now, and it's not really going to go down too well. So we have these additional options. This is the tunnel at the minute. Oh, go away, boy. This one right now, that is killing it. A few people using this one as well. So everyone who uses this one is not using this one, and everyone who using this one is not using this one. And that backlog of traffic that was up here is now starting to go down. So this is why. No. It says my average traffic flow is 100%. I think the game is broken again. Let me get out and back in. There we go, 75%. So this backlog here, the tail end of it, is slowly decreasing. And once that clears up to there, then it should flow a bit more. I mean, the backlog coming into this part is just there. So maybe it will kind of clear up a bit. You never know. So now it's past the ditch. So just keep that going. 76% is now increasing. It's why has everyone gone negative? It's crazy what a couple of tunnels, smartly placed, can do to an area. So if I get out of this mode then and actually go to the proper overview for traffic, we can then start to see that these new areas now that are set up the tunnels are experiencing a little bit more traffic, but it's nothing that you go, oh my god, we need to do something about it right now. It's okay. We do get a little bit of an issue there. That's because the tram's turning. Not really much I can do about that. So on the entrance of these tunnels, it is a little bit busier. But again, I don't know why it's red. It's not that bad. How's it over here with the tunnel entrance right now? See, it's so red. It's all flowing. We're up to 79%, which is crazy. Right, where's that tail end right now at this point? Oh, it's now approaching the actual island itself. It is coming down dramatically. I'm really impressed. I really am impressed. So again, that's what I mean. You got to give it time to simulate and push through. But that backlog should be gone fairly soon. And then once that backlog is pretty much decreased as much as possible, we can then fully see where the issues are. So the one I can see the most at the minute, the biggest issue, is this backlog here. There's nothing stopping them from continuing. It's just because it's such a sharp turn, there's not really much they can do about that. So that's maybe now where we take the next step into sorting this out. So if I just pause for a minute, because this might now ruin my game like it did last time before. So if I bring it up to 0 so it's above ground, there we go, and then we take a little runoff road to there and a runoff road to there, and then with the lane management, because they never listened to it before last time, did they? They never listened to my lane management before. I just gotta hope. Are they disappearing? No, they're not disappearing. I don't know what was up with last episode then, because now it kind of seems like it's going to work. But there we go. We now have a little kind of on and off ramp scenario. And then that's what we kind of then pause. Delete that. Delete that. Is what we then create for these guys as well. So bringing that down to there. Bringing that to there. And then we do the same. Our nice little on and off ramps. Keep the traffic flowing to a certain extent. And hopefully things will work out. So I just do that for now. And then give it a minute or two for them to now update their new routes, because they're probably all going to be in the wrong lanes and they might need to double back and go around the roundabout again. But that should keep the traffic now flowing a little bit more. Doesn't, again, solve the issues, just kind of eases some of the scenarios. So we've just got to wait for these guys here to get into the right lane, because they've now discovered that they're in the wrong lane. So again, just wait for that. And you can do kind of bypass roads as well, which is also pretty interesting, which might be a good way to keep this traffic flowing. Now, a bypass road here on a roundabout is like doing something like this. Hooking something like that up like there. And what we're saying is that this road here kind of, it can flick into there, it doesn't really matter. But this allows you to go both ways. And we're hoping that that then becomes the shorter route there, so they can keep flying out and cut straight through and over. So make sure that goes the right way. That's all going the right way. And obviously we've got to keep the turn in there for people coming around that roundabout. Now. We probably would benefit, if I push this back a bit to make it this triangle a little bit bigger, we could do a bypass route to get into that area. But then again, we are suffering with underground issues anyway. And now it looks like our traffic is up to 72%. So it's actually gone the opposite way for us. So somewhere, it's not these tunnels that we've just built, but somewhere we're now creeping up more traffic, which is predominantly over here. It's trying to get people to go where they need to get to. So we might need to do like another alleviation tunnel. But we've got this working, and now it's the vehicles who either want to go straight round, which what we could then say is to make sure that they're in the right lanes. This road here is the turn off. That is for that lane there to go straight on. So then they're going to be utilizing the 2 lanes of the roundabout a little bit more. Hopefully that little backlog there that's causing the roundabout doesn't stop people from turning right on it, if that makes sense. Going to go down that way. But there we go. And to keep the traffic flowing, I can make them do a right hand turn there or straight on to avoid crossing over the traffic. So if I made it where it's straight on only on both sides, right hand turns only, right hand turns only. That way there's no crisscrosses happening. Everyone's coming in with the right mindset that they're going in a certain direction and keeps it flowing. It kind of pushes it to another junction, which they can then disperse in their own manners and own ways. Sweet. So a lot of vehicles are just trying to go straight over. So for them, it's like, okay, do we set up a shorter route? But there's nothing I can do. And if I set up a shorter route, we still got the backlog trying to come through. Now, what's slowing them down right now, then, is people crossing the road at this point. So junction restrictions, bam, 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 bam. It's all on. No one can cross the road. It pushes it to another junction. And thus then keeps the traffic moving slightly. Only slightly. Only slightly. So, back down to 71%. And that backlog that was originally here is now pushing down to here, which is good to see. And then we have... So what is the issue here then? So it's ultimately them trying to go around and then getting caught up on that. It's the underground situation where you kind of need to create something very loosely what we've done here. Right, so we have the roundabout now flowing a little bit more. We now got rid of that backlog here, which is good. But you're going to consistently get the backlog of vehicles coming in. We set up the bypass road here. Now, is this a 2-laner or is that a single laner at this point? It's a... Right, if I drop that there, I don't know if I'm able to... What has that done for us? That is that there, yeah. So we have a straight on and we have a right turn only. So it separates into 2 lanes. So at least then it can keep the traffic flowing to making a right turn. Right, that's perfect. That's perfect right now. So that will hopefully start to clear this backlog a little bit more. So this is what I mean. I'm trying to solve it without deleting anything on the underground section. And that's the traffic flowing through. So I need to kind of sort out this little junction right now. So bam, there we go. So what it allows us to do then is the right lane turns, the other lane separates into them. So again, you're getting in the lane that you need, rather than having this right-hand lane that turns off also enable you to go forward. Which is good. And that backlog has now gone on this tunnel. Which, once this backlog here slowly dies down, we're not going to have any backlogs. And now we're back up to 77%. So then the only issues then is the actual roads above ground, the ones that we can physically see. So then we need to figure out where they're actually trying to head and how we can solve these issues. So crisscrossing happening right here. Let's now decide, do you know what? Crisscrossing, it's not going to happen. Unfortunately. It's not going to happen. We're not going to allow them to do it. Thus keeping that junction free flowing. And again, it does push it to another junction. But you're kind of hoping that they've made them choices before they even get over to here. So it keeps things rocking and rolling. I think I've upset my tram line. It's the trams that want to be able to turn this way, unfortunately. There we go. Does that solve it? Oh, and the tram wants to turn this way as well. Okay, that should solve my tram issues I'm having. At least I think it will. At least I think it will. So hopefully only the trams can now cross over. And it just pushes the traffic somewhere else, but then you gotta give it time to clear. It's cleared this little section right now. We've still got the general backlog still coming through, but that just takes its sweet, sweet time. And that's pushing through. So this is now looking so much clearer than before. Up to 78 still. So the traffic is cleared from there, but then we get it on this side. And that's because we got a join happening here and then a turn off happening there as well, which can cause many, many issues. It can cause many issues. So it's because of how close they are right now. So what we could do actually for this is, because this is only going to be used for people coming down this way. So we could put on the, oh hang on, I'm on the wrong section. On the inside of that section, how far down have we got to go before it's okay? Space already occupied, so this is where it requires the help of Anarchy. Okay, we've overshot that. I'm going to turn Anarchy off now. No, we still got to put Anarchy on. I'm hoping that's now connected. So then it bypasses these guys. So rather than crossing over here to go down there and catching these guys out, there's now like a little left-hand turn that can go pretty much straight on and connect up. So Anarchy-wise, is that how I want it to work? Probably not. Probably not. So let me go back. So kill that one off there, and it will make this one go straight on if needs be. So then you know where you're heading. Right? You pretty much know where you're heading. Which it then causes... It's like one step forward, two steps back. It then causes these guys here to have to then cross over the lanes to get down there. So it's like they would benefit with something additional as well. Like a little shorter route. But then again, we are literally scraping the bottom of the barrel right now to kind of get things working. Like that. So they can then bypass that little section, which takes them directly straight down. And here, we want to try and upgrade it to a 2-laner. So at least they can then filter a whole lot easier. Right. And then we just wait for that little, you know, the vehicles that did come down here and they got to cross over. Wait for them to kind of disappear. Oh, wait, hold on. We got issues up here. This is probably what's caused. This is what we got to solve the most. It's a lot of trams trying to make that left-hand turn. It's a lot of trams right now. So we've got to think of a better system here then, because we are getting pretty much caught up with all the trams. So why don't I utilize maybe this road? Right? What if I made this road go underground and then pop back and get to there, or that kind of go over and connect to there so it all filters down to this lane? It's a dead end, but they could go up, they'll probably turn and go off, or then go up to here and turn and go down. Let me see how this would look. So, if I brought this up by 10 there by 7, we're going to pause and delete. And we go 10 by 7 here as well. And then we want to get like a connection like this. But we'll do a nice little wiggly bend. Oh, I almost had it then. I almost had it. There we go. So we'll go with that. This again is another little experiment. Another little experiment. Just because it's so awkward having them all connect to where all the trams are trying to head up. Which causes like major issues right now. Major issues. So that'll go. Look, you got some going straight ahead and then some turning right. And then, you know, that kind of dispersed the traffic a little bit more. Which is pretty handy. We need to put the restriction on this junction here that they can Speedy Gonzales out of that tunnel. And that'll push a load of vehicles out. So it's funny how some use this road and then some use that road. It is kind of funny, isn't it? And then how we're looking underground then. So that will kind of clear that backlog a bit, which will then hopefully clear the other backlogs. 79% on the average traffic flow, which now with this moving and shaking a bit more, should increase. The trams are slowing everything down there, so once they kind of disperse, that should increase. And again, it's still a mess. It's still a monstrosity. But if we can get it bearable, we're winning. That's all I can say. So, what's going on down here then? So it's then trying to pump the vehicles out. Which then we get a few issues here and there. That's because they're trying to come down to here to go up. And what slows them down a lot is, you know, traffic lights. Is there traffic lights on here? No, there's no traffic lights. It's people crossing the road. That slightly slows some of them down. So I can make them all do a right-hand turn here. Now the reason for that is, one, it keeps it flowing and gets all the vehicles off the junction. And then once they get down to here, they will then disperse and go in the direction that they need. But it probably will eventually cause traffic with the trams crossing. Right, that's probably what it'll end up doing. But I'm just trying to disperse some... It's already happened straight away. So, get it back on. Not really going to solve many issues there. I could... Well, one, get rid of the parked cars. And there we go. And do I even want to make a right-hand turn? I'm just wondering. Because I could always set up a one-way road pushing down here and then up there. Where the left-hand lane goes straight on, the right-hand lane turns only. So that could be a good idea as well. So still 79%. That island is now looking free-flowing. As free-flowing as it's ever been. The dispersion of the traffic going over here and over has worked. So now it's this. So what we're looking at then is doing a beautiful one-way system. So I'm going to pause. Oh, I'm doing underground tunnels here. And it's going to go this way. So how this is going to work, let me flip that back round. We'll start at the tail end, at the head end, sorry. So this, obviously, go that way, go straight on. This lane, you turn that way. Now, we need to make sure that we will have this, allow it to turn there. Stays in the lanes going all the way along. So once you're in a lane, you're stuck in that lane until you get to the very end of this area. Thus meaning we can utilize two roads for the vehicles. So if we can use both lanes, it means then we could potentially have double the traffic passing through. So I'll allow that to only make that turn. And that's it. Right, we'll see what happens there then. So it will also take a while for them to understand what they can now actually do on these roads. Oh, and yeah, because then we've got it all back in. It kind of deletes the, my previous sends. So they can't cross over there, which will keep this then junction flowing. And if that junction's slightly flowing, we are rocking and a rolling. There we go. So where's it happening then? So you got the crossover there. So for the sake of it, we're going to stop all crossings. Keep the traffic going. I missed out on this one. Bam, bam. There we go. And we got to get these guys moving a bit more. So maybe we just allow these vehicles here just to do that turn. And keep that flowing. Unless I make that also a 2-laner. But is it really just pushing the traffic in a different direction? Maybe. Maybe it is. Because then we have the opposite way of vehicles trying to get down to there. So let's figure out where they're actually heading. Because then that can give us a better idea for what we're actually trying to attempt. So you are going to... Okay, you're going back down that way. Right. You are going straight over. Okay. You are going straight up. So at the minute, all three vehicles are picked up are going different ways. It's not really helping me out, having a multiple selection like that. You. Where are you going? Straight up and over. Okay, so what I'm now thinking of is them. What if we had a tunnel over here? Right. And this tunnel here could maybe connect, like come off there and connect straight to there, which goes in 2 ways. And what that would do is, because it won't be nothing, you won't kind of bypass or do, well, you will kind of bypass that, but it won't take anything away from these because the connection's up here. This is over there, and this is to predominantly get to there. So it stops people going down and around and up, or down and across. We could hit straight there to alleviate some of the traffic trying to filter in, because they're around this area anyway. So go over here and off you go. That might be a solid way to go about doing it. And I think we might have to utilize, for example, that road. No, I'm thinking this. Oh man, this road. So we'll try it. We'll try it right now. So we're going to have to do a slight little bit of a bend for this tunnel. So it's, what's going on? There we go. I say space already occupied. Get out of here, boy. So minus 15. Bam. Straight away. How does that look? That is not even connected. Weirdly. There we go. Beautiful. And then tunnel mode it. So where are we taking this? Alright, where's the snap? The snap happens here. And we take it directly to here. So, again, it is a long way to go through there. But it's definitely a way that we can potentially utilize. So, we'll do the very negative stuff that we've done in the past. Which, in the past, it's killed off my routes. But they seem to flow just nice. So that is an additional tunnel that bypasses through. So all those are working pretty well. And alleviating the traffic. Now I have this new route up, which is being utilized very well by 2 vehicles there. And, ooh, quite a few vehicles coming from this direction. So this could take the edge of these guys. Who are now flowing quite nice. The backlog is going to say, so I think it's just the initial backlogs that we kind of clearing, aren't we? Traffic flow 82%, just saying, not trying to flex on anyone right now, but we increased it by 10%, and that's exactly what I wanted to do at the start of the episode. We kind of done that. The roundabout, underground roundabout right now is pretty much free flowing. Here and there it does stop, but that's something I'm now no longer concerned about. Might look a little bit funky for what's going on down here, but again, it does the job. It then eliminates too many peeps going this way to go around and down, thus keeping this free. But then again, it then pushes them around to this area. But they seem to be pushing pretty well. Oh, I just noticed some stuff happening. So, no, you can't cross over. No parking, please. And then that should keep those guys flowing. It's just now how much traffic is going to get caused via this one. And it's probably not going to push a lot of traffic over to this side. Which, that's okay. I don't mind that. I'm actually seeing a lot more people use this than before. Now, my next issue is, have I just created this a shortcut route to going down here? I probably have. Meaning, I'm going to see a lot of vehicles using this road. So then we're going to have to sort out this junction. So to sort this out, what we do is, you only turn that way, you only turn that way. So we're on a right-hand turn basis on this area to keep it flowing. So they're all going to be coming and entering the underground tunnel from this direction. We'll see how long that lasts. We'll see how long that lasts. Because it just could be another headache that we've now just created. Which, by the looks of it, yeah, it's already happening. It's already happening. So what I could do is give preferential treatment for these guys going straight across. To stop so many vehicles making that right-hand turn. And then off they go. Right. Okay. That's pretty good. And we actually are seeing people using this one here. So this lane here is them coming back and forth that direction. So there is vehicles using it. So there is some benefit for them. Average traffic flow now 84%. Come on, guys. We've increased it by 14%. Okay, 83. Ignore it. It's dropped by 1. Ignore that. Ignore that. But come on. 84. There we go. So let me get to the proper actual traffic flow thingy-mobob and me booty. We have inadvertently improved the traffic. Not in the stereotypical way that you would do it, but we have some pretty solid underground highways now set up, which get people going to where they need to get to, which is glorious. I like the fact that you can drive directly down here, pop back up for some air, and then back underground again all the way down to here. This industrial area is something that we can't really do much about because we have the export section and trying to improve that traffic. But for an island country that we've built and how dense it is to have an 84% traffic flow with no legit proper infrastructure in terms of highways, come on, you can't complain at that, can you? You cannot complain at that. And we really have taken the edge off this whole junction. So I think that is a huge freaking success right now, boys. I think that is a huge success. And I think on that note, guys, we're going to end it for today. Let me know what you think about these underground tunnels anyway. It's not unrealistic to have what we've built, because they build them in the real world all over the place, these huge underground tunnels to link up islands or just across rivers and stuff like that. It's not unusual. Maybe it's unusual to have as many as we have in such a small region, but it seems to work. It seems to have worked. We still have a few little hiccups here and there. Let's try to get more people. I could do like a little slip road to kind of make them float a whole lot easier and quicker. What's going on? Oh, I might say I'm on underground mode. Like down here, like doing something like a shortcut road like this. I don't know how beneficial that would be, if you know what I mean. I don't know, but it's not the end of the world. Truly is not the end of the world. We'll just see how things rock and roll. And I think on that note, guys, it was 84%. Please come back 84%. Please come back. 83. Okay, it's slowly creeping back a bit. I think it's because of this little section here. We can definitely sort that out, though. We're doing some lane management stuff and turning, go down those roads. But guys, big improvements. Hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So, good.